all night.
Yo guys, Sway's Nuzzy here. Today we're doing a video on how to play Genji on console. So if you're a PC player, you might as well click off the video because your chances are an amazing Genji. Because people on console have it hard over here. Alright. You can get a keyboard and mouse for console, but that costs money, which this costs no money, by the way. No scuff controllers, nothing like that. So first let's move on to controls. Okay, so here are my controls for Genji. 80-80 sensitivity. If you want, you can have that at 100. I just don't have it too high because it takes a long time to learn. So if you want to be an amazing Genji, I'd put it at 100. You learn to use that sensitivity, which I'd have that for every single one of your heroes if you're doing it for Genji. Because chances are overall you'll be a lot better because you'll be able to just get around quicker, dash at people quicker, do everything quicker if you have it at 100 sensitivity. So reticle, that's completely optional. I have it short crosshair. So now let's move on to the buttons. The jump, I have it as L1 because it's also LB for Xbox players. I just like that so it's easier to jump. So you have your middle finger on L2 or LT for Xbox players, and then I think it's your index finger on L1 or LB. I believe that's it for Xbox. So it's easier to jump around and just annoy people as Genji, because in my opinion that's the main aim for Genji and Tracer and just characters like that come in the future. So now let's move on to the ability. So I have dashes R1 or RB for Xbox. Usually dash would be L1 or LB for switch it around, because I feel like it needs to be more of an immediate thing to dash, whereas deflect you don't need it as quickly. So I just switch that to X or A for Xbox players. You're gonna hear me say that a million times. So yeah, it's just quickly to switch to it. Everything else is just pretty much normal. Yeah, those are the controls. So now I'll get onto the shots that you can use. Alright, so now we are on the shots. So what I would usually do at close range, and by close range I mean that just a distance where it can hit all three, because there's no point of using it around this range, which is pretty close and only one of the shurikens hitting him. When you can do that, and it does a lot more damage, as you can see. So think about it, that compared to that. Alright, as you can see, it only did one little bar there as one shuriken, but it did a lot more. I don't know how to convert it into exact damage, so I'm not going to be doing that. Also, the way I see Overwatch, it's sort of like Halo to me, where you have to go for those headshots. I've not played Halo in a long time, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. But yeah, you just have to go for the headshots like that, in my opinion. I usually use it on tanks, but you've got to jump around them a lot to annoy them. And just be there all up in their face, go around them, dash at them just a couple times, deflect their bullets, be really annoying, get under their skin and just wreck them. So yeah, I'd use this shot at longer ranges. So I mean, like about there, that's a pretty safe distance, and ranges like that, which to be honest you shouldn't really be that far away in my opinion, unless you're getting like spawn trapped or something by a Widowmaker. But for that you can either just try and deflect them, which I've done before, and it deflects really good, which you use in some really hard situations to get out of them. So also I just wanted to talk about something you can do when you're at melee range. So as you can see, melee range is pretty far in this game compared to COD. Here to here, which if you look at, it's a pretty far distance. So yeah, here's what I do. If you do that, so as you can see, that does quite a bit of damage, but if you do that, it does a lot more. Yeah, that's just, in my opinion, a lot better to do than just doing that, which I rarely do. You should use it at times, but if you're close, like if you're that close, but if you're really close, then easy damage pretty much. The melee is really good with pretty much any character. You'll be better at Overwatch if you learn to melee with most characters, like when it's necessary. So now I'm going to move on to the ultimate. I'm going to try and do this the best I can, because as you can see, it's a bit, they're all moving, which I know it's going to happen in a normal game, but they're going inside, which I wouldn't really use it much inside. So here's what you do to start off. I jump, use it, and just go around like that, slaying, just like that. And I could have got more kills if it was pre-patch, but a while ago Genji got a nerf and everyone was crying, including me, which was a shame. So yeah, this is how I use deflect. So it's self-explanatory. It's so pretty much any range you can use it on Widows, Hanzo, any hero you want. The reason I said those two is because those two characters are annoying at long range, obviously because they're snipers. But yeah, you can deflect them and get a headshot, and then you're the RNG zone this time. Don't play Hanzo in ranked because it pisses off players like me. So yeah, deflect. It's self-explanatory. You just try and get up in their face, and also to get away you can do this. So yeah, if there's someone that's being really annoying, best way to get away is just do this. You stash away, and then if you want, you can just turn around and deflect them depending on their range and your range to them. I'm gonna leave the video here. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and also subscribe. Subscribe to the Swage clan channel as well. And that'll be it, guys. Peace.